This is a story on how I was able to learn French in just 4 months. So it all starts when Gala was 14 years old and going to middle school in Miami. I was in an international middle school and I was in the French program so I could learn French. The only problem was my teacher was Cuban and she would speak to us in Spanish, not in French. So what did I learn? Nada, nothing, no French at all. But I really did want to learn French. So I talked to my parents and we decided to move to France. Yes, we moved to France just so I could learn French. I'm forever grateful for them. So I let my mom choose a city and she chose Bordeaux. It's a beautiful city, but it's a city that I had never been to, my mom had never been to, and my dad hadn't been to. So let's just say the whole situation of finding an apartment and finding everything was a little bit complicated, especially because none of us spoke French. Like I said, nada. And I don't know if you knew this, but when you go to France, they speak French. So that was a big problem. But the first step was finding a school for me. And in France, they have 2 different programs for immigrants or expats or people that are moving to France and need to go to French school. So they have 2 programs. One is regular public French school, right? And that's a school where you're with French students, French teachers, and everything is, you guessed it, in French. That was the one I wanted to go to. Because then they have another school, which is for kids that don't speak French. So they teach you all of the classes and all the subjects that you would in a regular school, plus they have an extra class, which is learn French. This one would have been easier, but this one is the one where I was going to learn faster. So to be able to differentiate which school you go to, you have to pass an exam. So what I did is that I memorized every single question and every single answer to that exam. So the person that was testing me, they were like, "Oh my God, you know so much. You're going to a regular public school." And I was like, yes, because I really didn't know any French. But that was the best thing that I could have done because after 4 months, I was fluent. I had friends. I was number 1 in my class. Well, not number 1, but I was in the top 5. I was, going out. I was living the life. And after 6 months, I was even better. I was fluent. I knew all the slang. I was chilling. And then after another 2 months, I was even better. Sadly, that's when kind of COVID hit. So we went all inside. We were in, what was it called? Quarantine. Oh my God, that feels so long ago. But yeah, that's my story.